All right. Welcome everyone to the Shark Tank. As Lauren mentioned, we had a 36-hour hackathon just a couple days ago before Meridian, and it was amazing. This is now the second part of the judging process. So 6 finalists are going to pitch right here in the next couple minutes to these incredible judges who are going to determine, our winners. So without further ado, I'm going to invite out our first group, which is, well, actually, maybe I will give you a little bit of context. So we had 2 hackathon tracks this year, open innovation and composability. For open innovation, we invited hackers to dream big and build for innovation on Stellar, whatever that meant to them, whatever excited them and got their curiosity up. For composability, we invited hackers to build on the blueprints of existing protocols like Blend and SoraSwap, Reflector and Defindex and Kale. And we got some really, really amazing projects. So I'm extremely excited to introduce the 6 projects that made the long list, the finalists who are going to be pitching here. I'm going to start with open innovation and introduce the first team, which is Forbridge.
Hi. Hi. Okay.
Let's do this.
I'm Carolina, and this is my team, and this team call it Forbridge, and now I'm gonna present my. Okay. This is Forbridge. And our solution is an open innovation, and I'm going to start with a question. Have you ever felt a feeling that you really want to help, you really want to support a problem, a social problem, but you couldn't? So this problem is not a problem for you, it's a problem for the most people in the world. Like, just 21% the people in the world will do domains for these organizations and public calls. And this number decreases year after year. And this happened because this model of the business is not the best one. The first thing that makes it like this is because the money that you made in this project disappears. So for you to help someone, you need to spend your money. And second, you don't know how this money will really be used. So this causes a really insecure for these donations. And after this, you just can do just one donation. You cannot engage with all the process of this project. All of this made this engagement for donations very, very slow and not faster as it should be. So if we could solve this problem, we used to use Forbridge, and we have 4 bases for it. These bases are based on Stellar, and we have speed, transparency, scalability, and innovation. How it works exactly? It's a platform, so you can use this platform as an investment, and at the same time, you're making money for it. Okay, it's an on-chain platform, and it's a sterile network. You can put your money there as an investment, as a normal investment, and after that, after this wild time you put the money there, you can take it back with this yield. So, and in this case, you can share your yield with this organization and you. So you're not just helping organizations, you're making money for you and helping organizations. It's much better. And all of this money you put becomes in an investment pool, so can make this money rent and goes on. This is our workflow we have. We have 2 personas. We have the first one who is organization, and the second one who is investor. The organization just needs to create a project, and in this project, you put a goal for the financial capitation, and after that, you just wait for for the investor, put the money there, and wait for the price go on. And the investor creates an account, choose a product to invest, a project to invest, and after that you can save your money there, and you take your money out when the time ends. So this is a little shows how our platform is now, and we have this front end. We put the organization's view there, and we also have the investor views, and we can choose the project. You can upload your image, your name, how much you wanna win with this project, and you can find other things too.
4 minutes.
1 minute. Okay. And about technology, we use front-end, React for front-end, Node.js and back-end, MongoDB for database, but the main character is Stellar and Sorbonne, but also Blend, who make the projects really works on with this pooled investment and money. These are our team. We are very, very proud of being here now, and we hope we could bridge more innovation for this philanthropy section. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Forbridge. So we now have 1 minute of questions from our judges, Tracy, Jinan, and Marcos. So the floor is yours.
So thank you for this excellent presentation. Maybe one question I have is, if let's say an organization wants to get the money today, instead of waiting 6-12 months for the yield, is there options to do that? And why the delay, right? Why do I need to wait for the yield to come in? Can I get it now?
Like, I don't know if I understand. You asking about the time you put money and how
Yes.
this yield will work.
How long do I need to wait before
Okay,
the
it's
yield?
like you choose how long you want to wait, but it happens because if you wait longer, you can have more yield. But if you wait shorter, so the investor chose it.
Quick question on, first off, congratulations, this is awesome. Go-to-market wise, how do you think about getting in front of these organizations? Do they embed it within their existing infrastructure, or do they offer this as a new service? Just curious of how do you think about distribution?
Yeah, we thought about a new service, like it's a service for these organizations.
Cool.
Make sense?
Yes, yeah.
Quick question here. For the user types, we're thinking which countries or what kind of like geographic type of customer you're thinking, and how did you actually come up to that solution?
Okay, customer, you mean the investor or the organization?
Both.
Both, okay.
Yeah.
The investor, the main persona is like everyone. I don't like to say it, but everyone can use that because you can invest like $10 because if you don't have money, you can just have the yield you put there. But if you want to spend like $1 million to help these people, okay, I can put it there too. We don't have this limit. Make sense? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that answers part of the question. I'm thinking like, let's say, you're building this for Latin America investors, for US, Europe, like what geographic location you're targeting initially and why?
Okay, first in Brazil, we talk about Brazil because we have a lot of people here and we have a great economy and we have a financial and big organizations here too. I think we can start here, but it doesn't stop us to go and around the world, but we don't have this this notion at all.
Awesome. Okay, makes sense.
All right,
Thank
give
you.
it up for Forbridge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next team will be Simple Fund. I'm going to invite the Simple Fund team to come out and deliver their pitch.
It's just to press here. Here. Okay, thank you.
All right.
Hi. Can we start? Okay, so
Yeah.
hello everyone. Sorry.
Hello everyone, I'm Mariana. I am one of the co-founders of the Simple Fund, and I am here to tell you guys about a problem. Every year, billions in receivables get stuck in slow, opaque processes. Capital that could fund growth, but instead, they get lost in back office. To illustrate how a receivable fund is, let's imagine an agricultural company who sells $300K to a trading firm payable in 30 days. Needing the capital now, they sell this note for a fund for only $180. So now, as the trading firm pays the fund redistributes the proceeds proportionally to all investors onboarded by the manager. So in the end of the day, we have the company being the assigner, the trading firm as a debitor, the consultant who creates the fund, which earns $20K for the operation, and the manager who oversees all the fund's investors. Looks great on theory, right? Yeah, but in reality, this flow jams totally onboarding and manual reconciliation. The result, inefficiency at scale. I'm talking about 32 cents loss per 1,000 of revenue, $13 to process one invoice, 3 weeks per operation, and almost no liquidity for the investors. Imagine if we could reduce this data to just 8%. And that's how our platform can change the game by bringing this flow on-chain. And now I present to you guys the Simple Fund, a platform that brings receivable funds inside Stellar blockchain. And it's so simple that I can explain in only 3 steps. Step 1, the manager tokenizes fund shares and approves each user's constant investor. So now each investor will receive a fungible token matching their ownership. Step 2, once approved, the consultant registers the fund and the entity's assigner and debitor on-chain for approval, meaning total auditability and transparency. And the last one, step 3, secondary liquidity. Investors now would be able to trade their fund shares on Stellar DEX globally as soon as they receive them, reducing traditional lockup. We're calling about a scalable global platform that removes intermediaries who can cost almost $13 per operation. And the profit comes exactly from the spread between what the receivable is being paid for and what the debitor pays. So for the manager, we have real-time dashboards who can replace manual checks and, when needed, hard freeze instantly the transfers. For the investors, shares in their own address with a public history of issuances and distributions. And for the consultant, we have 100% digital onboarding, no paperwork, with an on-chain approval trail. And the key point is, there is no matter if you don't know blockchain, because you don't need to be native blockchain to use the platform. And we know how Stellar can make it possible around the world, so that's why they're key here. Because with DEX and Sotheby's, we'll not just make it liquid for the investors, but we can bring governance for the transactions. Our roadmap scales, global scales, and this is only possible because we have a team full of technology enthusiasts who could make possible the Simple Fund idea in only 24 hours. The first platform that makes receivable funds transparent, liquid, and accessible. So come with us, make it transparent, liquid, global. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Simple Fund. All right, you have 1 minute of questions from the judges.
First off, shout out on simplicity around the design and the messaging. It's so easy to get complex. Like, shout out to the design, whoever worked on those slides and kept it simple. Like, that is exactly what everyone should do. Question just on the beachhead and go-to-market. Is there a particular corridor or use case or particular type of receivable that you think is the best to go after as you launch this?
Actually, especially me, I have experience with the financial market. So when we thought about talking about an investment fund, the idea of picking a receivable fund was actually thinking specifically in Latin America. So when we talk about credit, we talk about something that moves the world and moves the entire companies, especially startups. So we thought about like a small business who need money now, who need capital now, don't know how to do it, and like managers who has brokerage who want to implement that, and using blockchain to give transparency and more auditability to the investors because it's a high risk investment.
Cool.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep moving us along. So thank you, Simple Fund.
Thank you guys. Bye.
I'm now going to invite out the third project that submitted to the Open Innovation track, which is Stellar Forge. So Stellar Forge, take the stage.
Hello, good afternoon, guys. My name is Fernando, and I'm here to present to you all the Stellar Forge. It's a one-click smart contract deployment. To start, we're resolving a $61 billion problem because just in 2024, United States spent with manual application deploying. So it's a really huge number. Translated into hours, we have 15 hours weekly. So basically per day, a developer spends 3 hours of just viewing and deploying an application. And linked to the market, we have a backend as a service platform called Versal, that its evaluation is been $90 billion since yesterday. So it's a really good number. And it's still in the market. Stella just invested $100 million to get new users. So our platform is really to help resolve this problem, that we're simplifying the smart contract, the deployment. Like in one click, you can literally get your smart contracts addresses. And by that, we're getting such a strong community and all the devs optimization of work. Like if I'm waiting 20 minutes for a Rust compile a project, I can just wait for the web app give me an error or just send me an email if worked or not, and then I can work on that. And for the future, we plan to make an open source marketplace which all the Stella developers can build your own templates and plugins just for the starter developers. Just click with a button and get this template. And for the 2 next quarters, we're planning to get a multi-chain connection and WASM hashing to get upgradable contracts. And for the next final quarter, we have Gen AI just to help the really starter to get his smart contracts deployed. And this is our dream team, and we're opening for questions.
Excellent. Thank you so much. All right, 1 minute of questions from the judges.
I just want to say one more thing, that our demo link is available on the GitHub project. Okay, so y'all can test it if you want.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for the presentation. I think we might missed a few slides previously, but I think the technical idea, right, is really innovating. We need something like that. I'm just curious, within the last couple of days, right, how many lines of codes maybe you guys have produced, and then how did you actually started it with this idea? What kind of validation helped you guys to start this project?
Okay, it all started with my with my with my difficulty to get in Web3 world because it's really hard for beginner developers.
That makes sense.
Like I work as a software engineer, and when it comes to code, I'm a mid-level dev, and I still can understand pretty well how Web3 works. And then I thought, oh, it's just a set of commands. We can automate that.
Yeah, makes sense. I think it's based on your own kind of needs and use case. Building a product is the best approach.
Excellent. I'm going to
Thank
keep
you.
us moving along, but Stellar Forge, thank you for the presentation.
Shout
Congratulations.
out. Great job.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, we move into our composability section of the presentations. So I'm going to invite our first composability track project, which is Lance. So,
这是我 Pro。
Hello, everyone. How are you? What drives you? Well, I want to ask you if you can raise your hand, all the freelancers and companies in this room. Oh, there is a lot of people, a lot of market. You are going to love this project. Well, basically, I will tell you a story about the broken freelance market. You already know that these platforms, normally they have really slow payments. They take days for international transfers. They also have like high fees, not only from the platforms, but also from the processors. And we have a really big problem with unfair disputes because they are centralized, they are slow, and they don't have any kind of incentives. And there are like 1.5 billion freelancers worldwide using these kind of platforms, and there are a lot of people that they even don't use a platform because of these problems. So we built a solution, and this solution is called Lance, a fair and global way to freelance. Basically, we do instant payments, we provide low fees, only charging 2% to companies, no fees for freelancers, and we use decentralized disputes to provide an on-chain escrow for dispute resolution. And we also promote capital efficiency, so while the funds are locked in these escrows, they are invested on generating yields with blend capital. So why do we apply to composability? Well, we think that we need to unlock new value by combining existing protocols in the Stellar ecosystem to create new solutions. That's why we are like working really hard to promote these protocols, this technology, like the Stellar wallets to connect wallets without exposing private keys, the Zoro swap to allow every user to deposit any kind of Stellar token into our platform, the blend so we can generate yields and boost the TVL of the blend protocol and provide an extra income for our platform. And last but not least, the neural quorum governance that incentivize jurors and auditors to give like a really fair solution to this kind of disputes. So this is our roadmap. We are already on the Q1 launching our beta testing and testing with real users. We are planning to submit the project to Stellar Community Funds. On the Q2, we want to launch a mainnet, so we start like onboarding our first 10 companies. Next quarter, we are going to scale our product to onboard more than 100 companies and to have at least 5 applicants per position. And on the last quarter, we plan to grow our product, applying to the marketing grant to reach much more freelancers and companies. So this is our amazing multidisciplinary team. We are from Argentina, Daniel, Darío, Mario, Federico, and Arturo. And we are blockchain devs, full stack devs, and product and marketing people. And we are ready to make this project happen and to bring it to reality. So you can check some screenshots of the product, and also you can test the product. It's already deployed on Vercel. It's already on testnet. And if you want to join this movement, if you want to make the freelance market decentralized and more fair, you can contact me on LinkedIn so we can make this happen. Thank you very much.
All right, Lance. Give that for Hans. 1 minute of questions from the judges.
Thank you for your presentation, and clearly very strong supporters you have there. Once these freelancers get payments, how do you think they can get the money off the product? Let's say they need to spend on something in the real world, buy a coffee. How do you expect that off-ramp to happen?
Well, that is a really interesting question because first, the companies are putting the money on an escrow, and our product, basically what we do is release the funds with milestones. So, for example, a project, a stellar community project, the organizers present the budget for the event and everything, they release some funds. So they already can have the funds on their Stellar wallet, and it's all using Stellar Pay for paying whatever. And when they finish the project, all the milestones are released.
Excellent. All right. Thank you so much, Lance.
Thank you. Obrigado demais.
Our second composability project for this track will be Panorama Block. Welcome to the stage, Panorama Block.
Yeah, especially a bit too short, baby.
You need to invert this on release whenever we talk. Woo!
Hello. Hi, we are Panorama Block. So we all know how RWA market are growing fast, how Stellar are a leader on this market, are running fast too, and how institutional players are entering fast on this market. That's why we need to move fast too. So 3 days ago, me and my team were thinking about how could be the perfect integration between RWA real-world assets and DeFi. And we saw a problem, a huge problem. The institutional players, they have their own rules. Their own rules for the RWA assets. So these rules involves compliance, involves offering rules, investing rules, jurisdiction, KYC, AML, KYB. So that's why we launched our SRWA, our new token standard on Stellar. Our token enables the users and the issuers to put their own rules, their custom rules into the asset, like KYB, like investor offering rules, as I said, and invest on DeFi ecosystem. So they can create a pool into Blend, they can create a liquid pool in SuranSwap with their own real-world asset. So this opens the door for institutional market enter in DeFi on Stellar network. For us, a good solution needs two things. Needs to resolve a good problem and needs to have in a big market. So that's why we are focused on this problem, because we are talking about a market in more than $10 trillion until 2030. And we are 100% focused on aggregate with Stellar team, with transform the market on this side. That's why we propose these KPIs for until 2027, focus on user adoption and user growth. That's how our architecture on a high level works. So here we have an RWA issuer, we have like a bank, like this hotel, and this issuer needs to tokenize their real-world assets and put into DeFi. So they pass for our all process, compliance, investor rules, offering rules. They put all these into our token model that is SAP41 based. That's how we act. So in our platform, once these tokens are transformed in our SRWA, the users and the issuers can create pools, lending pools, liquid pools, and put the real asset into the DeFi ecosystem on Stellar. So all these assets turn into pools, like spokes, and opens the door to B2C and B2B market invest on these pools. So this project was made in 2 days by our team. We are 4 students from Intelli in São Paulo, and we all invite all of yours to interact and access our platform that is completely hosted and deployed on Stellar. And thank you.
All right, round a round of applause. Once again, 1 minute on the clock for questions from our judges.
I'll take this one, just the 0 to 1, right? So the challenge with real-world assets is how do you reduce friction to get them on-chain, and then how do you verify that what they're putting on-chain is actually true? I'm just curious if you've thought through who do you go after first? How do they do that? How do you reduce that friction?
We launched this token model. We inspired by RC3643 that enables real-world assets into DeFi. So we have like a SAP41 module, and we aggregate with compliance, jurisdiction, and another modules, all running with one identity. So all the KYC model that the issuer pass, they are converted to a hash, and this hash are converted to our on-chain ID into our smart contracts and our token smart contracts.
Gotcha.
That's enabled the user to enter in DeFi, have a complete identity, and like put a whitelist to another investor to invest on the asset of their pool.
Gotcha. Thank you.
All right, thank you, judges, and thank you, Panorama Block.
Great work.
Last but not least, our final presenting team today in the composability track is StarLens. So I invite the StarLens team up onto the stage.
See you guys.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Daniel, and I'm going to be presenting to you the industry training solution we implemented during the HackMeridian 2025. So what's wrong in the world today? Well, many things you might say, but the one thing that we try to solve here is the fact that having separate checking and savings accounts just sucks. Why is that? Well, to maximize returns on your funds, every time money comes into your account, you need to move that to a savings account. And if you want to spend it, well, you need to pull it out first and then so that you're able to spend. So what happens in practice is people keep a balance on their checking account, which is not earning anything, just for daily purchases and as working capital, right? I'm sure that many of you here today have gone through the experience of being at the checkout line at a supermarket or something, and then having a transaction rejected because you didn't have sufficient funds. So you had to pull up your phone, transfer funds to the checking account, and then retrying. Meanwhile, there was a whole line of people behind you really mad because you're taking so long. So clearly, there's a huge strain on the user here. Moving money takes time, and investments is not everyone's cup of tea. And it shouldn't need to be. So, and if we look back at the SDF's mission of bringing equitable access to the financial system to everyone, well, everyone should be able to reap the benefits, the rewards, the benefits of the financial system without needing to be an expert in blockchain or even crypto aware at all. So what's our solution? One single account with 100% of your funds generating yield 100% of the time with zero user action required. So what are some use cases? Well, pretty much any wallet on the ecosystem. But Meridian Pay is a perfect example. So if Meridian Pay had our solution integrated, yesterday when everybody got the 500 XLM deposited, that would have begun earning yield immediately. And today, 24 hours later, I just ran the math before the presentation, and your balance would be at 519 XLM. So, but that's not only applicable to wallets, to retail customer tailored wallets, but also business-focused wallets. And that could be extended and generalized to other blockchains and even the traditional banking system. So how do we do it? Very simply, we have a back office service running, which monitors all the accounts that are created on the wallet. And whenever it detects that a new payment on the blockchain was made to that account, it deposits that money automatically into a yield earning pool, a blend pool in this case. And with the smart functions we wrapped around the wallet, whenever the user wants to make a payment in one action, it will withdraw the funds from the blend pool and send the payment to the destination in one action, in one stellar block and under 5 seconds. So as an example, a company with $1 million in their bank account over a year on average, that money would be earning zero interest. With Starlands, they could be making $150,000 per year with no additional action required and with zero cost. What's still possible? A lot. Here are some ideas, but this is our product and this is our team. Obrigado.
All right, excellent. 1 minute on the clock for the judges.
Thank you for the presentation. I think we're finishing strong today. Like your product, I think it's much needed. I'm wondering, what's your thoughts or strategy around acquiring early customers? It's actually indeed a very competitive category. Like any strategy you thought of acquiring users or using your product is helpful.
So as a white label solution as it is intended currently, any wallets could adopt it into their own product. And so it could already be applied to existing customers. So that's the idea right now, and we can still think of a business plan going forward, but that's where we're at today.
Awesome. I think Stellar Pay is your customer. You can ask the whole room of people, just convert.
That's right.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. That concludes our HackMeridian pitches today. Obviously, the judges now had the incredibly challenging task of deliberating and deciding who will be first, second, third place winners for these two tracks. So they're going to have some time to do that. If you come back for Donnell Dixon's closing speech this afternoon, you will find out who the winners are, in what order. They're all winners, actually. Give it up for all of the HackMeridian teams pitching today. And congratulations to all of those teams.
Thank you, Nicole. And actually, wait, while they're still up here, I just want to say thank you to Tracy, Chinnen, and Marcos, who are real VCs who have given their time to judge this. So please give them a warm round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, judges.